I'm up late. I ain't usually up this late, so I just figured I'd do a live stream with everybody. See what's up. What's going on out there, America. This, for the record, this video is not made for anyone under the age of 18. Treetrunk, the old head, is a channel that smokes cannabis, legal cannabis from the state of Michigan. This channel is not made for kids. If you're not 18 years old or older, you shouldn't be on this channel. For the record, it's for the man Treetrunk. I just got to start saying that because I got a strike on my channel. And don't want no more. So if you ain't 18, this really ain't the channel for you. You shouldn't be up on here. But your man Trump about to get his smoke on, thinking of my channel, some productive I can give to the hell's this button. Well, let's say start a poll. I really didn't know what. But
I was here as a young person who loved their city, who saw the beauty in it. It's a whole community of people that's connected by our shared ancestry and history. This is Judy Alexander, a former city alderwoman who, like many others, are saddened by her city.
I just didn't roll me one. I'm just sitting here watching YouTube like I usually do. Giving somebody else some views, which I need on myself. You know. Let me see. Let's see what else I got on. Let's see what Chad O. Jackson got to say. America, just asking. America, how do y'all feel about these 2024 presidential elections? As you can see, I'm a Mac all day. So let's see. To myself, the modern black culture now, we're lost. We don't even know which direction to go in because people can put anything in your face and you take it for face value. Like this Kamala Harris, they put her up there on this platform to be the president of the United States, and she's clearly not qualified. She's clearly not qualified. Every other president that had the opportunity to live in the White House, they had to prove who they were. They had to show us their policies, and it was just given to her, like an inheritance or something, and that's not right. And black people are so, and I'm a black person, and I'm sitting here telling you how I feel. A lot of black Americans, their eyes are not open. They put Kamala up there. Okay, she is a woman of color. No doubt. She is a woman of color. But that don't make her a black woman. That don't make her that. I got Mexican friends that I work with that are people of color. They're not, white skinned like a white person is, and I'm not talking about any races. I just want to get that clear. I'm not talking about anybody. But she is a woman of color, but she's not a black woman. what's going on here with. Okay, let's see now. It made something have. Okay, here you go.
What's up, everybody, and thank y'all for joining me on tonight's
But anyway, she's clearly not a black woman. She's a woman of color. But
I'm just now
my argument
if you
is
thumbnail, you
that
think that I'm interviewing Lynn Lowry tonight.
don't just
I'm actually responding.
don't just give your vote away because you are not informed
Like 5 days ago.
about
Pertains to
what's going on out here. You know,
the ideas, the
Kamala Harris figured
philosophy,
she got to do something for niggas now. What have she done in the past 3-4 years that she's been vice president? What have she done? You know, all she doing now is riding on Sleepy Joe's coattail. This was planned. You know, this was planned for this to happen like this. But in the United States, the first thing people look at is race. So it's easy. It's real easy for people who don't know, who don't educate themselves, to see Kamala up there and just call her a black woman. Because they're not educated. They ain't doing the education. All they saying is the first black woman in the White House. She didn't, Kamala Harris did not, her nor her family, they did not, the struggles that black people went through to get to the point that we are, to get to the point where we're at right now. And that's the history of black people in America. She didn't have to deal with that. She didn't have to deal with going to the vet where you take your pets to get your teeth pulled and shit like that. I remember my grandma telling me a story like that. Or leaving at the wrong time to travel. You know, having to stop at different places because black people wasn't accepted. You know, we had our own map and places to stop as black people when we traveled the country. And there were certain times that we had to travel. Kamala never had to deal with nothing like that. Never. And she tried to put herself off as being a black woman. No. Maybe we would have accepted you if you just let us know who you are. You get Kurt Franklin and Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. Out of all people, you figure I'll get her to rally the black vote. Every black person don't look at Megan Thee Stallion like she's the shit. To me, she's just a hoe. That's it. And I'm not even gonna say that. You know, that's disrespectful. I'm not gonna call her a hoe. But she's not the person to put on stage and say, okay, Black America, let's vote for her. All we know she done is got on stage and made some nasty fucking songs about shaking her ass. That's it. And it's the person you pick. You think that's how all black people think? You wrong, Kamala. You wrong. Megan Thee Stallion is not my favorite artist. Really, I could care less about the music that she makes. I can care less. But that's the uneducation of black people. And your mind's in the clouds. You don't even think. You know. And for the life of me, America. Oh, shoot. A lot of black families and black people figure that you have to be a Democrat if you are a black person, like that's just what you have to be, and that's not. You know, sometimes use your mind and think a little bit. You know, and do some research. You know, but like I said once, this is a cannabis smoking channel. If you're not 18 years old, you should not be. You should not be on this channel if you're not 18 years old. This channel is not made for children. This channel is made for adults. And your man Treetrunk just speaking his mind on what I think about different topics and my thoughts on things. So and black people hate when they figure you going against the grain or something. You know, you're going against what the majority is doing. And me, I've never been that person. I've never been a person to follow a crowd. I've always used what I thought, to make decisions because in this world, the decisions that you make. What's up? What's up? Thanks for tuning in to your man Tree Trunk the Overhead. I usually don't do late night no, it's not hard for me. Why would you say it must be hard for me, man? Explain. And I'll give you some input. It's not hard. And speaking of hard, what do you think must be hard for me, brother? You know, just speaking my mind, man. But, thanks for just leaving a comment. That's good for the algorithm. But I'll get back into what I was talking about. People have people that label me right off the bat. And, oh, he's Uncle Tom. He's this. He's that. Why? Because I have white friends. Because I have white friends. I'm an Uncle Tom. Because I have white people that I trust. Like they're my family. And it's not just white people. I trust some black people. Some black people I don't trust as far as I can throw them. And that's the same with some white people. It's about the character of a person. That's what it's about. It's about the character of a person. And that's how I determine who's going to be a friend of mine, not by the color of your skin, because we so far past the color of your skin. And in this country right now, that's one of the main things that can push the agenda to get people to get mad and all this and that. They want to say race, but we got, okay, yes, black people were held as slaves in America for, I don't even have to say how long. Everybody knows that's a stain on America. But now, in 2024, things are different. And regardless to what anyone thinks, we all still got to live here together. We all still got to live here together as Americans. So to be at odds with each other just makes no difference. If anything, we should be sticking together. You see the crisis at the borders? Do you see that? All these illegal immigrants, they come over here and they take our jobs. Illegal immigrants, they jump the fence. They come over here, they take our jobs. They get cash cards. They're doing better than most Americans. And we struggle every day. We pay taxes every day. We follow the rules. That's set in front of us. And then you get somebody that comes and jumps a fence and walk in and get a cash card. You hear stuff about how much money nobody knows unless you right there. But the fact is that they're jumping the fence, they get cash cards, and they flooding them in our cities. We don't know if these people are that's jumping the fence to come in our country. We don't know if they're rapists, drug dealers. We know nothing about them. And not to say that everybody that's coming from another country trying to come to the United States is bad people, because everybody's not a bad person. They just have circumstances that have been put in front of them to have them where in the spot that they in. That's all. Not saying they're bad people, but if you're gonna come to the United States, if you're gonna come here, come right. Because I feel it's disrespectful to the people that live here for somebody to jump the fence and get a cash card and do better than Americans that's living here, that have been living here struggling their whole lives. It's just not right. You know, it's just not right. And that lets you know how much the Democrat Party care about you black people. What have the Biden administration done for you, black men and black women? You tell me, black men, black women, what have the Biden administration done for you? They've done absolutely nothing. What they have done is opened our borders up, and all they care about is immigrants jumping the fence. That's it. And Kamala's trying to ride Biden's wave. It's one thing about your man Treetrunk. Riding the wave is a place you'll never find. You'll never catch me riding the wave. Mm. But like I said, and I've said it on my channel once before, Donald Trump is for America. Regardless to what people may think, he is for America. And not to say I like every single thing that the man does, because your closest friend, America, you don't like everything that this person does. Some things that your closest friend do that you question. So, not saying that every single thing that Donald Trump does is, written in stone, but he makes America better than what it was, and like the Ronald Reagan speech say, are you better than you were 4 years ago? Tell me, anybody in the comments, are you doing better than you were 4 years ago? Do you enjoy going buying groceries with them high ass prices? Do you enjoy that, America? Mm-mm. No, we don't. Get all this conflict in the world, and Biden can't even remember shit. Who's running our country right now? At this second, who's in charge? Those are the questions that people need to be asked. Who's our commander in chief right now? Is it Biden, who just dropped out the race and gave it up because he ain't got a fucking backbone? It's
world
just me
and
speaking my
to
mind.
make the world more progressive during the early part of the 20th century, they would go on and establish themselves as
It's
leaders
just
in
me
such
speaking my
industries as
mind, America,
entertainment,
about what
education,
I think about
corporations, such and so forth.
our
We have
new
to heavily
Democrat
push
candidate for president.
and ultimately change the
She didn't
economic
earn it.
undergird of the United States of America,
Handed to her.
moving it from
And black
a
men are not
Protestant
having
Christian nation to a postmodern secular
black
atheist
men are not having it. The majority of American black men. Now you got them ones.
ethics.
Kurt Franklin, uh,
Atheism is anti-God.
Ricky Smiley.
God is the
And
author
just
of
take a
good.
check
God is
and
good.
get up there and say some shit.
God is good.
You know,
Apart from
Megan Thee
God, there is no
Stallion, take a check
apart from God, there is no ethics.
and just get up there and shake your ass and think that's gonna rally the black people. You think we that fucking stupid?
Systematically,
Think we that stupid that you could put Kurt Franklin and Megan Thee Stallion and what the fuck Ricky Smiley up there?
And they had a vested interest in
You
subverting
think we that fucking shallow?
groups
That's what the Democratic Party think of you black people. They think you that shallow. You know, where they can just put a celebrity face up there and you run with it. And to be perfectly honest, most of them are that shallow.
modern education,
And
none other than
people like myself who don't ride the wave, who don't go with the
the
norm,
origination of the NAACP.
who say what they think, who say no, 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 no,
We
no,
also
no.
see a signature on the original Humanist
They
Manifesto,
don't like us. You know,
John Dewey. So if John Dewey
they
is
don't
the
like us.
grandfather of modern education, modern public education, and he's the same
By the way, this is legal cannabis purchased in the state of Michigan. If you're not 18 years old, you shouldn't be on this channel.
figurehead of. W.E.B. Du Bois, by the way,
But
one who gave Margaret
I
Sanger
think black
the
people are that
advice to
shallow.
go after the Negro
And
minister. You see, a lot of you Republicans say, "Oh yeah, Margaret Sanger, she
black people were Republicans way before Democrats. You know, we were Republicans way before Democrats. I'm sitting here watching Chad, Chad O. Jackson. He's one of my, he's one of the people I follow on YouTube. Let me see what else I can find. You know, let me see. I just get disgusted in America, and I'm glad YouTube got this platform where people can tell how they feel. You know, everybody ain't with you, Kamala. All black people ain't with you. You're not a black woman, and that's the number one reason for me right there. Is that's a right out lie. You know, that's just a right out lie. You know, and just because you got skin of color, that makes you black. See, being black in America, you have to. It's a few things that you go through. You know, as a black American, and every black American, no matter no matter your level of success, that you you felt this. You know, you felt racism and this and that, and you are less than, and she didn't come from that life, you know. I'm not saying black people should get a pass or anything. We're not asking for a pass or a handout saying because at this point, we're not asking for a handout. We just we got our seat at the table. Basically, you got black billionaires. You know, we got black billionaires. We have a seat at the table. You know, it's just how that seat's used. You know, you got mayors, you got black governors, you got black senators, you got black judges, you got all this. So it's not like we don't have a seat at the table, you know. And if Americans start looking at each other simply as being Americans, that's it, and don't put no race on it, we will continue outrunning the rest of the world like we always have. We've been outrunning them for a long time, you know. Uh, Candace Owens, she's one of the YouTubers that I watch that have very valid points. Not 18. You shouldn't even be on this channel. I get very controversial. And a lot of my fellow black Americans, they uh they don't like some of the things that I say. But I don't care. You know. Don't 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 trust that woman. Talking about she black. Don't trust her. You know, tell me, has your life changed in the last 4 years? Has it been better up under this Biden administration? You know, and I have a platform here. And someday I'll have a bigger platform. Because one thing about me, I will not stop and I will not lose. Sometimes you ain't got to be running the race right at the front, as long as you steady and you get motion. You know. And I don't know who this was who left a comment. Hi, I don't even know. I don't want to mess your name up. But say it must be, must be hard. I don't understand about what he said. It must be hard. Let me make America great again. Make it great again. You know, America is a great country. And the only stain that we have is this racism stain. That's it. And other countries are laughing at us. You know, are we in the top 10 like are we one of the top countries like we used to be when we ran the world? You know, when we ran everything. They just hate the black people to step out the box. And when I say they, who am I referring to? Ones that want you to believe what's going on with this Democrat Party. They never cared about black people. That's the slavery party. Go check your history. The Democrat Party is the slavery party. You know. You know. Kanye West. They don't like when he say something. They call him crazy and shit like that. That man ain't crazy. You know. And
will have
Kanye
me
West
sign
don't let them
every
shake
regard.
him.
They'll attack you on your children. They'll attack me in my relationship. They'll go after family members. My dad called me stressed from Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah, he called me stressed from Hawaii.
Well, it's so funny that you said, remember I talked about the gray hat and the gray hat. Read the last text from my dad out loud. We talked about the miracles. Read out loud the last text.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why do you want me in Hawaii? That's why I don't think about. Well, my dad's in Hawaii right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and he called me stressed out. He picked up. He was just like, Candace, what is going on? And I actually started laughing. Like it was kind of like comedic
And
relief.
people don't understand.
Like that. And he was like, I'm reading all these headlines. And my sister was texting me. My uncle, like the whole family had just been texting like, are you good? And
All hell is broke loose and all heaven has come through.
yeah, in a way, yeah, it is. It does feel like all hell has broken loose. And the last time I went through this, though, it was a similar thing. It was like, for some reason, the game of life was just like, Candace and Ye are not allowed to come together. Why?
They don't want Candace Owens and Kanye West together because
The gut feeling with
they scared what they gonna say.
It's the intuition and the intellect. It's the gut with the information. It's the idea, it's the study. And that's how other people have risen to form to power. God is the only power, and we are vessels. God is what you are as living vessels. And he's calling for me, for us to lean into these combinations. What they do is they'll do everything to keep the artists away from each other. Like when me and Denver were next to each other, it was such a powerful combination. When me and Kevin were next to each other, that was a powerful combination. When me and Jay-Z were next to each other, it was a powerful combination. So
Yeah, they want to keep these black powerful artists, content creators away from each other. They scared what we gonna say.
For like the futurists, the people
They scared.
see what the future is. The kids 20 years younger, 40 years from now, 80 years from now, when they see this, that's a big thing. Is lean into those people that everyone tells you like you don't need to be next to that person, but you have something in your heart and your gut.
Yeah.
Why you should be next to that person. I've had people like comedians that you know called me and said, stay away from Candace Owens. And you know, like literally my I guess they use the term friends.
See, people that tell you to stay away from people, they ain't your friends. Why they telling you to stay away from somebody?
They're exploring me and I'm gonna be on, I was just on Chris, how do you say his last name?
Especially when you not with that, being around a person and they a person that's on that bullshit. You might just be researching something. My dog's barking, I hear it. And then really go live late at night like this. I just got a rant, you know. Kamala Harris, she got my skin boiling. Kamala Harris got my skin boiling because she thinks black people are so shallow. And now she figure I gotta do something for these niggas. You know. No. I'm not going for it. You know. She just I'm not going for it. The Democrat Party, what have they done for you in the last 4 years? But give cash cards to illegal immigrants that jump the fence. You know, and I'm not mad at nobody who want a better life for themselves. You can't hate on people that want a better life for themselves. That's just an all outright hater, you know. But if you gonna come here Do it the
so
right way.
because
Come in the right way.
from beholding
Don't
to
try to
his
backdoor
presence,
us.
we don't
You know.
rock with you under these conditions. Like, we
I
can
have
have you be
some
a
people
black
that don't
person,
rock
and
with
black
me at
person
all
says
because
it's wearing
how
black
I feel about
which at
certain
this
things.
point now that I've learned, oh my God, man, it's your shirt.
You know. But I'm to the point where I don't even care no more. It don't even matter.
You know, I train of thought.
You get to a point in the age in life where you don't care. You know, you don't care what others think because if you go through life where what others think, you know, you'll always live your life in that direction. Like, well, I ain't gonna do this because they may think that of me or this or that. You know, fuck that shit.
It's 2015. Yeah. About you, right when Trump got elected, I went to the hospital less than a week after that because the entire time he was running, people told me that my life would be over, I would be on the wrong side of history, you know, like literally people threatened my life and told me, I did not stand up and say, hey, this is what I believe in and that's who I am, that's what my character is. So I think that yeah, it's like how people they said the reason why I couldn't be on David Wires the is the Israelite comment and is fine with calling ourselves black and being called black. When I bring up the idea that we're Jew because we are from Africa, the Bible is the majority is like set in Africa. The then it's challenging. And we talked about on the George Floyd documentary it's
People
called
call Kanye crazy.
the idea that black people are not Jew is the greatest lie that's ever sold because you don't see the Jewish abortion rate at the same level as the black abortion rate. 50% of black deaths a year is actually abortion.
See, 50% of black death every year is abortion.
70 something.
Killing our own babies.
Black moms raising their kids by
Killing our own babies.
Jewish people shooting each other
It's
down
ridiculous.
on World Star and then rapping about it. It's just not there's not Jewish content like that. And also Jewish people do business together. And that's what I said on the Drink Champ say, these are things that I'm envious of. You know,
I think the first thing that someone would say if you said that, right, is same for Chinese. You don't see Chinese people shooting each other. You don't see Chinese people with this super high divorce rate. You don't see Chinese people with and Japanese people and Korean people and Hispanic people-ish, but no matter what, nobody's rates of violence are as high. And white America, right? Jewish America, white America don't have the same rates, right? So they
Tell me where you from. What's up? Tell me what you think. You've been checking me out. You've been hearing my content.
rates of that ours being higher. We're still, you know, you go see a slave movie, you see like a slave get their teeth pulled out in front of another slave. We're still getting our teeth pulled out. You know, literally like in jail. I have friends whose, you know, family members went to jail and they got killed by an officer, and then the officer like all of a sudden quit and they're not there anymore and stuff and like so they can't do the trial and you know so we're getting left and right still treated
If you're not 18, you shouldn't be on this channel. This is a cannabis smoking channel. I get real controversial. Tell me where you from if you out there. You check me out.
Jewish people,
See how people click off quick. I don't know why people click off. They sit here and look at you for a minute.
the
You
Jewish people
know,
came into power in the 80s, truly, when divorces started happening because of Wall Street, because the Catholic lawyers wouldn't divorce people, and they came into money the way how the darker Jews, black people, are coming into money now. And they had to, and they did a great job. They polluted, they, um, before that,
if you're not 18, you shouldn't be on this channel. This channel is not made for children. This live stream is for adults only.
to become Democrats. That was the movement. That's where the move happened. And now everyone's why are you calling them out specifically? I didn't get an opportunity.
YouTube has given us this platform to voice our opinions, what we think. You know, my channel started off one way, but it's completely different than the way it started off.
It was done by
You know,
Jewish people to me, to the darker Jew, and I was going to go one by one. And the reason I said it like that is just to say, I know you guys are going to call this anti-Semite, and I'm not afraid of that title. Now I'm going to lean into that title. So call me whatever you want, because you call me void already. What's the definition of black? Void of color. Some people, artists may say it's all color, and it could also mean, like, it's like what they did, and when I ran for office, they showed me on the TV, and they like blacked my face out, and they had me be void. And I think that the Jewish people always will tell you about the trauma and the Holocaust. So one of my favorite lines of the Dream Champs, you actually hit me about this when Doug Trump said, hey, I want to take you to the Holocaust Museum. And I said, I want you to go to the
shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to Candace Owens. Treetrunk the old head.
Jewish people died in the Holocaust. Over 20 million darker Jews, black people, have been aborted. More babies are aborted in New York at this point than born at this point. And my thing about the media, the majority of the media, over 50% of the media, at least probably 80%, but over 50% of the media is run by Jewish executives, and they allow all of this abortion-driven content that
See, content is something else.
affects
Live content is something else also. That's raw.
Race. But then you ask, but you can't even Google, like you Google Jewish abortion rate, bring all these information, next information is like from 4 years ago or something. There's no information about it. And if I attempt, I'm also trying to spell it, if I fail by attempting to have a conversation with a Jewish person about the abortion rate, they know about the conversation to be had. That's why I said, hey, I'm me tooing the Jewish race. That saying, hey, you guys gotta come up and say, did you do this or did you not do this? And I'm calling a lot of times say, people feel like I'm very selfish driven because I'm talking about things I specifically went through. So I said, okay, one voice for the actors, the musicians, the actors specifically I know are in situations where at least 4 of the people that they do business with are Jewish, and those people know each other, and the athletes come and go, and that 4, 5, 6, 8 people remain. The athletes come and go like cattle in the stable. The actors come and go. The musicians come and go, and that mainstay of that Jewish, just say crew, because it sounds less ramped up than mafia, right? Than mob. Sounds less mentally ill. So let's say there is definitely a crew. And I've been there, and I've been talked to certain kind of ways, and you know who else wouldn't be talked to a certain kind of way? Kobe Bryant. You don't get talked to a certain way, I don't get talked to a certain kind of way. So things that I'm saying out loud, hyped up or calmly. I'm
Or
saying things
something, boy,
5
you
times
probably
a
click
day
it in. This channel's
that
not made. Seriously,
Black
man,
people for
Treetrunk
years
the
as
whole is
white people
speaking his
say this all
mind.
the time. I've
Sitting
been
back watching
getting
Candace Owens
things
and
that
Kanye West. I want
I
to give a
kind of
shout out
feel.
to them from
So
Treetrunk the
when
whole
they
head.
put the
I'm from
black
Detroit,
community
Michigan.
and all of this like woke culture and
You know,
you know
black people need to
Charlemagne
wake up.
things, it's like
You
bro,
know,
let's
they
just get
sleep.
focused at this point. People gotta put some respect on the fact
Kamala Harris,
that
she
I'm
trying to
actually brave enough to
pull a
say this
wool
out
over your
loud.
eyes.
Like that's what's lit.
She's
That's what
black when
God
it's
is inside
convenient.
of me. That's why I feel so good to be
She
used.
never wanted to
Man
be
got me to the point
black
where called me so many names,
when she
disrespected me for 3 years. Forbes wouldn't call
when
me a
she
billionaire. It is important if
got
people
with
call me
Biden.
crazy to be like, oh, but I'm a
It
billionaire
was
because
about
it's like it's not
being
being classist.
whatever
It's
the
just
hell
me
she
trying to
is,
get against them saying,
Asian
okay,
or
you're
whatever,
calling me crazy, but I must
the
be
first
doing something right now.
Asian,
Like so I'm doing
whatever.
everything right, and then to reach
It wasn't I'm the
to
first
the
black.
concept, the idea of being the richest
It
black
wasn't that.
person ever.
But
It
now
was
that it's
just
convenient to be
It seems like
black,
we've got something new to
you
worry about
black.
every single day. I mean, do we even know
You
who's
know,
actually running the country at this
that
point?
right there.
We don't. There's wars,
You
inflation,
know,
the persecution of political
that
opponents
just
doesn't
that
seem
there
to ever
alone
stop. So here's what I am doing. I'm protecting my savings with gold
raised
and
doubt
silver.
with me.
You probably heard me
You
talk about my
know,
newest
that
partner,
raises
Gold.
doubt.
They're a top-rated
You
precious
know,
metals company with over
because
6,000 five-star reviews. They help me buy
I'm from
precious
Detroit,
metals, and they couldn't have made the process any easier. Right now,
and
all you have to do is make a minimum $15,000
yo,
cash
your name
purchase.
is all
You'll
you
get a
got
5%
out here.
instant match in gold
And
and
if you
silver.
come
I
and
mean,
you
honestly, this
saying
would
you
be
a
the
certain way,
fastest 5% that you'd
I
ever
don't
use.
give
Do
a
not see
fuck if
bonus
you
offer.
black,
And
white,
once the bonus silver is
or
gone, it is
Mexican,
gone.
'cause I got
Go to
Mexican friends, I got black friends, I got white friends. You come as
CandaceLikesGold.com
you
or
are.
call my friends at Goldco. The number is
You don't
855
fake.
222 gold.
Because when you
you
throw
know,
that up in there,
George
uh-uh.
George Farmer was so
And I don't give a fuck.
elated by the response that we were getting.
Donald Trump,
Elon Musk was
he tell you who he is. And he speak his
what's
fucking mind.
going
If you
on.
don't
She
like
brought
it,
this
you don't like it.
today and it hit Bloomberg and it's top
You
trending.
know.
And I
And I
said
can fuck
to
with
my
that.
chief of staff, give me a plane. I'm going to
I
Nashville
can fuck
right
with
now.
that.
And the feeling is right. Then we went to a restaurant.
Donald
And
Trump
the
let you know
restaurant
who he is right out the
all the
gate.
same letters of the name of
He
the
say, what the
baby.
fuck on this man?
K-A-Y-N-E.
Kamala Harris tell you she black.
It's like you talking like your dad with
And
Hawaii.
black people run with that shit
I
like,
have to, you guys saw
you
that.
know, they run with
You
that
saw
shit
Danny
like it's
falling
the
over.
fucking
Like Danny,
gospel.
like,
It's
I
just
couldn't
like,
have written that. My dad is like,
what the
the
fuck?
funny thing is, where is your dad in Hawaii? Because I have this feeling like, let's go to Hawaii because
He speak his mind.
I made really good music in Hawaii.
He speak his
And
mind.
I just want to go to
You
Hawaii.
know,
Actually,
and I'm a
the
black
love
man.
best out of me is make music.
But if you come right off and tell me that you black and you running for president, and the last shit I heard from you is you wasn't black, Asian, or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck you is. I've been smoking weed, so I'm fucking high. But if you ain't 18, you shouldn't be the fuck on here anyway. I've said it 20 times on this live stream. But shout out to Kim Path from your man Treetrunk the old head. Thanks for jumping up in the comments. So many people get scared, don't jump up in the comments. And you know, just say what's up. You know, shit gets me fired up sometimes. You know,
So I was very surprised.
gets me fired up.
Oh my God, how dare he say this? And it's anti-Semitic for him to say this.
And a lot of people, black people, look like I dare him even get on here and talk like this.
Has been owned by a Jewish executive, and that there are a lot of, there's a
The
disproportionate
fuck if she done for you?
Jewish executives in
Fuck if
Hollywood.
the Biden administration done for you?
I might say there's disproportionate amount of Vietnamese people, or the else, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened, but
You
they
know,
got here,
black
they were
people
like,
like, I can't believe he get on here and talk like
yeah,
this.
so why is that,
You know,
are we allowed to say that? If I, like I just
we
said that,
supposed to be united. We black people. Shut the fuck up. This lady tell y'all she black and y'all run with it. She put Kirk Franklin up there, get Megan Thee Stallion up there, and y'all run with the shit like it's something. We fucking stupid. Use your goddamn head. You know. You can't fix stupid. You know. And I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. You know. If you ain't got the shit up here, you ain't fucking got it. That's just what it is. You know. I've had in this race of life and being in the working world, I've had white boys that outran me in the race. But I've also had white boys I've outran their ass. And I see it back and forth. You know, nobody is better than the next person. We all bleed red. We all have funerals. We all lose our loved ones. We all in this shit together. No matter what, whatever the fuck, if you're black or you're white, if you're Mexican, whatever the fuck. And I got Mexican friends, I got white friends, I got black friends. You know, I got a friend from New Zealand. You know, what? I probably need to roll me another one. We went live in a minute at night. I usually go live drinking my coffee in the morning. Shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to Candace Owens. That's what I'm sitting here watching on YouTube right now.
If this person like was just kind of stood back or like said it's like out of there or something, if they
look at what y'all think about fucking Puff Daddy.
And someone says she hates
Motherfuckers knew Puff Daddy was into some alternative lifestyle stuff. Everybody knew it. Nobody said nothing. He's making good music. He's making careers and this and that. Everybody knew the same shit about R. Kelly. Everybody. So shit. Nobody say nothing. You know. And there's more out there that's doing stuff. You know, but they're pushing it under the rug for personal gain or financial gain, whatever the gain is. You know, people knew the fuck Puff Daddy was the fucking way he was. R. Kelly was the way the fuck he was. Motherfuckers don't say shit though. You know. I'm about to click on the Breakfast Club with Candace on, see what the fuck Charlamagne got to say. But I'm gonna give a shout out to Charlamagne. You get your platform. Give a shout out to you. I listen to your shit.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, just Larry, the show leader, the guy we on the Breakfast Club.
I want to start me a podcast.
Hello. How you feeling?
I feel great. A little tired. Had a wedding this weekend, but I feel great.
Back to New York. You originally from here, right?
Yeah, I was born in New York, raised in Stanford, and then lived in New York after university for like 7 years. So I worked just 2 blocks away from here.
What part of New York?
Did I live in or?
Where born?
I was born in White Plains.
Oh, White Plains. Okay. By Bronx. Okay. What is the Candace Owens origin story? I mean, I know a little bit of it because me and you actually used to have a lot of conversations back in the day before she changed her number. But
You changed about that.
I mean, I did change mine, but
Girl, he was mad about that. She ain't one. She ain't
I was like, she doesn't ignore me.
No, I wouldn't have ignored you. I would have answered. I changed my number. I try to do it every couple of years.
Okay. What for what? Just because?
Because then you collect all these people that are texting you. You're like, actually, I don't want to talk to this person anymore. But I don't want to tell them I don't want to talk to them anymore.
I'm sure the more
You
you
know,
realize your family members that you love
I
more,
actually do that too. I
Yeah,
change
yeah,
my
it is
number
including
every
on
few
just
years,
random people from your
you
past that
know,
haven't
and
spoken to
then
you forever, but
you
still kind of
collect
remember
numbers from
will
people,
text
and
you
then
and
you
ask
be
you a
like,
favor.
I ain't talk to this motherfucker no more. What the fuck I ain't got their number for? So you switch numbers and
where do
you
all
know
this
you start
communicate?
off new. So
You know, I feel like I have just a very
so
regular story. Like I said,
that's
like
a
I was
thing.
born in New
You
York,
know,
raised in Stanford. There was nothing,
I'm
you know,
talking to a
particular that stood out
motherfucker
in my
with,
childhood
with
that
they
made me
taking
that gonna
space
go into
up in your
politics. I
phone and
feel like I
shit
went
for.
into politics kind of accidentally. And I say accidentally because I was, I thought I was a liberal my whole life, you know, I thought I was on the left my whole life and really didn't pay attention to politics in any meaningful way.
See,
And
I
then, you
thought
know,
I
when
was a
Trump
liberal my
was
whole
running for
life,
office,
but I
I
didn't
didn't want
pay
to deal with
attention.
him. I
Just
was like, this, not because I thought
you
he was a
know,
racist or a sexist, but just because I thought it was crazy to go from Obama, who had a certain decorum about him, to suddenly this sort of brash New Yorker. But I thought it was weird when all of a sudden the people that liked Trump, you know, everyone thought he was like this iconic symbol of business. He was in rap songs. Everybody, Trump was the status, flipped on him in 1 second. I didn't buy the narrative that he was in the
yeah,
media for 3, 4 decades. Suddenly you wanted me to believe overnight that he was like Adolf Hitler and a racist. So I just didn't trust the media's
yeah, that's the
narrative about
same
him
thing
unless
with
I
me.
actually
You
listened to
know,
what he
you
said.
just
I still
can't.
didn't vote for him in
A,
2016,
a
but I
man
wanted to just
for
listen to what
over
he
30
actually said.
years
And then when I saw
been
what he was saying
respected as
versus how it
being
was being
a
reported, I just found it
businessman,
intrinsically
and
dishonest. So I started
he in rap
researching more,
songs
learning
and this
more,
and that, and
and
people looking at him as an
I agree
iconic
with just with the lies
figure of
that he believes
business,
Black Americans
and
are
then
intentionally
all
manipulated
of a sudden that
emotionally by the
he's a
media,
racist
and
and this
you know
and
things
that,
like
and
Texas Trump was
all these
unprofessional,
30,
intentionally
30,
by the
40
school system.
years
And I
of
started
doing
reading all about how
business and
Thomas
all this
Sowell,
and
Charles
that, and
Steele, a
you
bunch of
know,
Black scholars I originally had dismissed as
every
evil
black
politics
person in
fans,
America know a
you know,
white person,
finally
and
now
every
like
white
focus on
person in
politics.
America know a
So
black
I
person as
thought
a
it was
friend, and he
funny
had
when
friends that was
and then I
black
realized
people, and
that
you've seen
actually
this
that's all
all
it
through
is.
the
So
years,
if I just did
and then
nothing, then economically speaking, of course, the conservative argument makes more
he's a
sense.
Is that
racist.
wrong? You get people calling
In
you
a
racist?
few
No,
days,
not at all.
when
First
he
off, because if they
runs
went
for
to vote for Donald
president,
Trump's era,
and right after the
and
Obama
why? Because
administration,
I get
you
it. You
got
know,
this
I'm
Obama
also a guy
administration
who
that's just a
lived in
cool,
for the majority
he's
of
a
my
cool
life. I felt the
collective
same
guy,
ways
nothing
about white
against
conservatives. I thought it was
Obama,
this
but then you go
betrayal, but
right
I
to a
never
Trump
actually
administration where
took it as
he's,
an emotional
you know,
response. But I think
forceful, and, you
that
know,
kind of
and
thing can come out of
he's a real
the public
brash
school system. Like,
person, and
and that's
he
how you
speaks
be
his
a white
mind. Now all
conservative.
of a
Like,
sudden he's a
it's
racist.
just the way
I
that
don't
they
buy that shit.
tell us our own history. It's just
I
not
don't buy it.
true, you know?
That's just,
Do you think
you
that
know, y'all ain't been paying attention.
role like,
Now all of a sudden he's a racist.
a Trump or anybody, you're
You
fine
just,
when you learn like their politics.
that's
Like you
just,
learn what they believe spiritually, and
I
then
don't
you're like,
buy it.
oh, you're turned off.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's necessarily the politics. I really do think the media plays the biggest part in it because Trump, as far as I know, Trump's been, maybe he used to be a Democrat, but he's been a Republican and a conservative for a long time. I mean, we know he had to have been a conservative in terms of economics. You know, he's wealthy, so you'd be hard pressed to find someone that's wealthy and, you know, advocating for Marxist beliefs. But yeah, I just feel like it's more about the media wants power. The media has a vested interest in things politically, and they like to make us think that we're having this open conversation and we're learning the truth about people. But these are just hatchet smear jobs, libeling people,
Yeah,
and
media is
I think
something else.
recruiting a ton of people to try to get
They
us their
can
own best
paint
interests.
things the way they
Are you
want them to be.
anti-media as
You
opposed to
know,
being pro-Trump?
Well, no, I actually, once I actually heard what
they
he had to
can
say,
paint
I was
things
like,
the
some of
way
his
they want.
pitch
You see
ideas
all these
didn't have
different
Michigan speak,
commercials
which he really
about
got out
different
there and he
things.
started listing
They
all the
push the
statistics
things
about
out that
America
they want to
in
be
terms of
out there.
poverty. I mean, these were just real
You
statistics that he
know,
was talking about. And his pitch was basically like, you've been giving your vote Democrats for 60 years. Why don't you just try something different? You know? I think that's a pretty good elevator pitch. Like, hey, you've been doing the same thing for a long time. I'm not saying I'm amazing, but why don't we try something different and see if
yeah.
it gets better for you? And then suddenly I like flipped over to CNN and it was Don Lemon's like crying. I think
And
it was
what's
just
wrong with a person
singing.
saying that?
It was just
Black
so
people, you've
dramatic
been
and it
giving
wasn't
your
logical
votes
about what he
to
said. They're like,
Democrats for
people
over
chose
60
you, they
years.
told you
Why
this
not
was
just
your
try
way.
something
That's
different
not what he
and
did at
let's
all.
see what
So I
happens?
just got interested. I'm a very
You
curious,
know,
interested person. If I get interested in something, I will just
and
take it all the way, read books.
as
I'm
a
like, why are people doing
logical
this? And
thinker, why
why are
not look
politicians
into
becoming
this and
alive?
say,
Because I
okay,
don't like just
let me
responding
sit
like the
back
things
and
he actually
let me
said
sit
were
back and
unfair and
look.
slapping
Let me
himself.
sit back and
And
think.
that's a pretty good
Maybe,
pitch. They may have said no. I thought it was interesting,
you
but
know,
the lying
I'll
is
go over
something
here
that
and
I
see
think
what's going
is
on.
outrageous. It's gotten out of control.
I think
Why
it's worse
wouldn't
now.
you do that?
I think it's worse now because not only do you have people
why would you just stay with,
the headlines based
you
off what
know,
he
this
feels
door is
that
open for
the person is
everybody
saying. You
to
gotta think about
stand
it,
on the
create a platform,
platform.
your audio, visually, your video,
Yeah,
just to push a narrative.
one of the wildest things, the craziest things people say about me all the time, it drives me crazy because it's literally made up. They're like, Candace said racism doesn't exist. If you go find that headline of Candace says racism doesn't exist, they didn't put it in quotation marks. I never said it. They were like, Candace said racism doesn't exist because she's quote unquote never been a slave. The words never been a slave came out of my mouth, but I never said racism doesn't exist. And it was in the context of an entire speech. The media knew that black people were not going to go watch the speech or try to find the original speech. They were just going to read the headline and react. And like,
You
oh my
know,
God, Candace Owens said racism doesn't exist. Like, how could she say this? She's a hypocrite. She's a liar. This happened to her in her childhood.
And you
So,
sued your high school for racism.
yeah, well, that's actually not that's not what happened. I didn't sue my high school for racism. But
Not protecting you during that time, I said, right?
Mhm.
I said, for not protecting you. I said,
Did you with the media then?
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
it's fine. I mean, I get it because it's something that I talked about at length. But you know, essentially, I had this situation happen to me in high school where someone that I was actually best friends with left me horrific voicemails. They were racist voicemails. There's no other way to slice it.
And they call you a nigga, you didn't want to date him?
No, you know, he actually, I think he was gay, to be honest. It was something about dating. I think this was kind of a circumstance of like, I had my first beer. I'll be honest, I got a boyfriend and I just stopped hanging out with my friends. Very typical high school stupid stuff. And this gay guy that I was friends with was like outraged by it. And one night he was out drinking with kids that were way younger than him and I had never met. And they left me horrific voicemails. I mean, like bringing in like Rosa Parks. There were tons of threats.
You did what?
They were just like it was yeah, like there was no way to slice it, but they were extremely racist and it was terrifying too because I didn't know who the phone calls were coming from. Long story short, one of the kids in the car happened to be the governor of Connecticut's son, so it became this sort of overnight political story. And while it was going on and there were like news cameras in front of the school, I left school and just homeschooled for I think it was about 6 to 8 weeks. And basically we got reimbursed for the time that I was homeschooling. That's what happened. But yeah, so when people retell that story now, it's like she sued her school for racism and the NAACP helped her. And I'm like, no, the NAACP did not help me. They used my face and my name to fundraise for the NAACP, which is actually the reason why I don't like the NAACP. It's like a very valid reason because I was a little girl, you know, I was 16, 17 years old, and it was a really hard situation to go through as a child. You know, I'm not like I am now, 34 years old and married with that support system. It was kind of thing you don't want, you know. But I'm actually very grateful that it happened to me because it allowed me to really consider what the media was. Even though I was still liberal, I knew what the media was. I knew the media was all about selling a headline. I knew then I got an early lesson in the NAACP. I think organizations that never want racism to go away, because how are they going to fundraise? Like if you're a CEO of the NAACP and you're earning X amount of dollars, you got to keep the racism narrative going on, or you're going to work yourself out of business. So the stuff that I talk about is always based on my experiences, you know, and yeah, so it's just crazy to see how it gets manipulated in the press.
Now, you said something earlier, you said that you wanted to listen to what Trump had to say.
Mhm.
You said 2016, you still didn't vote for him. So looking at the country now, right, of course, there's Trump, there's Biden, who do you think is better for our community?
Obviously, well, first of all, it's just for everybody. You should have a president that's, you know, not mentally deteriorating like Biden is. I mean, he's in full mental deterioration. It's crazy to pretend anything else that's happening right now. It's scary first and foremost because we have real enemies out there, and you have a person that can't lead. You know, he can't remember
peace and
when you
love.
were breakfast.
Yeah, your man Treetrunk over here for an hour speaking my mind. This channel's not made for
I don't say that with
not
any ill
18.
will in
You
my heart
shouldn't
either,
even be on
because
this
he's showing
channel in the
signs of
first place.
when my
About to
grandfather
sit,
passed
watch
a
Candace
couple of
Owens
years
in the
ago,
Breakfast
started,
Club.
you know,
Probably smoke me another one.
his
Peace and love on my. I'll catch
diminishing,
y'all for a
early signs of
live stream
dementia,
in the
the way he
morning.
walks,
Joe,
the
catch up with
neighborhood
your
is
man
swollen, that this
Treetrunk,
is
all
crazy.
subscribers,
Everyone should be outraged
new
by the problem
viewers.
left or the right.
Everybody check
But in
out my
terms
channel.
of the better
Peace and
candidate
love. Love
elected
you,
Americans,
America.